Welcome to your 60-minute Vinyasa flow. Thank you for taking class. Thank you for taking 60 minutes for you and your body. We'll begin in Shavasana whenever you're ready. So go ahead and just find a comfortable position on your back body, whether that's legs long or knees bent, and begin to connect to your breath. And as you start to land into the earth, just allow yourself to land into this moment. Begin to connect to the steady rhythm of inhale and exhale. And as you tune into your breath, moving in and out of your body, allow everything else to fade away. Just let yourself be here, right now. Settling into your yoga practice and into 60 minutes of mindfulness. You start to deepen your breath. Allow every inhale to get a little bit wider. And feel every exhale begin to lengthen out longer. And as you deepen your breath, start to light up your Ujjayi pranayama. So that really intentional inhale and exhale travels through your nose, reaches across the back of your throat, and begins to create that oceanic sound through your body. And for our practice today, I encourage you just to pay closer attention. And to notice more. Notice more of the sensations the shapes offer. To notice where your mind wanders and when it wanders. Encourage it back to your breath in the moment. Encourage you to notice the shapes where maybe you start to shift into autopilot. Shapes that you maybe take for granted in your body. And just by paying closer attention, moving more mindfully, we begin to celebrate all that our body is capable of. We move from a place of awe because we really notice all that our body is doing for us. We start to recognize all that our body is capable of. And what a gift it is just to step onto our yoga mat, to be able to move and breathe through a down dog and through a chaturanga. So in celebration of all that your body can do, in celebration of the heightened awareness that this practice offers, go ahead and take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale to release. As you shift back into Ujjayi breath, reach your hands up and overhead. Stretch into a full body stretch. So feel the space between your fingers to your toes, and you spread your fingers and your toes wide. You may circle with your ankles and your wrists. And eventually bring your knees into your chest. As you draw your thighs in close, feel the stretch travel the length of your spine. And just let both knees tip over to your left. Find a gentle twist. Right shoulder heavy. Take 2 cycles of breath. And slowly bring your knees to center. And just transition your legs over to the right to find your gentle twist second side. Left shoulder heavy to the earth. Take your 2 rounds of breath here. And as you make your way back through center, bring your knees to your chest and start to send your legs up to the sky. And keep your right leg high and then start to bend your left knee towards 90 degrees. Interlace your hands behind your head, start to lift your head and shoulders, and then twist your heart over towards the left a little bit. Now you're going to take your right forearm to your left thigh. So right forearm is pressed into your left thigh. You might bring your left knee a little bit closer to create that firm connection, and your left hand is going to support the weight of your skull. Okay. On your inhale, start to lower your right leg down towards your low point. Low belly stays anchored towards your spine, spine anchored to the earth. On your exhale, push into your left thigh and lift your right leg to the sky. And we'll do that 2 more times. So inhale, right leg lowers, front ribs are knit in, navel pulls down. And exhale, push into your left thigh as you lift your right leg up tall. And 1 more time, inhale, right leg lowers down. On your exhale, lift your right leg up, use your core. Then inhale your right leg down towards your hover. On your exhale, bring your right knee in towards your body. And inhale, push your right foot forward, push into your left thigh. And exhale, bring your right knee back towards your heart. 1 more time like that. Inhale, lengthen through your right leg. Navel pulls down, exhale, right knee comes back towards your chest. And then release, relax, and shoulders drop back. Find a modified happy baby. Take a big breath in through your nose. Maybe open mouth, exhale to release. Then bring your knees back towards center. Send your legs to the sky, so get a little hamstring stretch for a moment. Then you'll bend into your right knee. So maybe start with 90 degrees, and you can always bring that leg closer as we go. Interlace your hands behind your head. Elevate your heart towards your right thigh. Twist towards the right, and then take your left forearm right from behind your head and push your left forearm into your right thigh. Right hand supports the weight of your skull now. As you breathe in, push into your right thigh and lower your left leg down. Your exhale will slowly lift your left leg to the sky. Take your time, use your core strength. And we'll take 2 more like that. So inhale to lower, push into your right thigh. Navel to spine, exhale, left leg lifts. Then 1 more time, inhale to lower. And then exhale to lift. Heading into our second set, inhale your left leg down towards your hover point. Push into your right thigh as you pull your left knee towards your heart. And 2 more here. Inhale, push your left foot forward, push into your right thigh. Exhale, left knee comes back in. 1 more time, inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, pull your left knee towards your chest, release and relax, and then find your favorite version of happy baby. So you might reach your hands to your ankles or your feet this time. Take a nice deep breath in. And perhaps that open mouth exhalation out. And then release your knees to your chest. Decide how you'd like to find your way up to tabletop pose, all fours. So either rock and roll forward and back, or just tip to your left or to your right, yeah? And then begin to bring your shoulders right above your wrists, your hips right above your knees. And open through your fingers. And then start to find your cow shape with your next breath in. So lift your heart, lift your tail, pull the earth towards you. And exhale to your cat pose, round through your spine. Let your head and tailbone get heavy as you push the earth away. And inhale to your cow. And exhale to your cat. One more here, inhale, cow pose. And then exhale to your cat pose. And come through a long neutral spine. Begin to tuck your toes underneath, and then send your pelvis up and back, downward facing dog. And offer yourself a few rounds of breath to be here, just to explore this shape today in your body. So fingers wide, push the earth away. Feel free to bend your knees a little bit or a lot, so you can really focus on the elongation of your spine, so that space from crown to tail. And then we'll just walk forward to the top of the mat. Find your way into your forward fold, Uttanasana. A softness to your knees, a heaviness to your head, and an energetic lift of your tailbone to the sky as you shift your weight slightly forward towards the fronts of your feet. Maybe pinkies to opposite elbows so you take a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. Then allow any amount of softness to remain in your knees. With an inhale, begin to lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen out your spine. Then exhale, forward fold, dive right back down. And then with your next in-breath, rise all the way to stand. Maybe imagine a yoga block between your shins as you lift up towards the sky. Then exhale to forward fold, soften your knees and the hinge from your hips as you dive down to the earth. And then inhale, lift up halfway. On your out breath, step your left foot to the back of your mat, and then find your cow lunge. Inhale your heart forward, your left heel reaches towards the back of the room. And then exhale, lengthen through your legs, so your tailbone stretch to the sky and dive across your right thigh. Then bend into your right knee, take a twist, take your right hand to the sky, turn your heart up towards your right thumb. Think sternum forward, tailbone towards your left heel. Breathe in fully. As you breathe out, you're going to spin all the way to the left until your left knee bends for a side lunge. Right. Anchor down with your right foot and energetically push your right foot away towards the top of your yoga mat. As you spin to the back of your mat into a low lunge, and step back into your high plank pose. So root through your hands, left foot meets your right. Push the earth away, get strong with your thighs, strong with your center, connected to your breath. Then inhale to shift forward. On your exhale, slow motion lower to your belly. Your knees can be up or down, it's up to you. And untuck your toes, low cobra, find your toenails anchored to the earth. Then breathe in, lift through the back of your heart. Your exhale lowers you back down. Elbows close to your side bodies. Use your triceps and core to push to a child's pose. Okay, send your hips to your heels. And just take a breath in and a breath out. Use your cat spine, so roll up to your tabletop pose. Back of your heart leads the way. And as you find your way at the top, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, pike your pelvis to the sky. And inhale to rise your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and then step or hop to the top to your forward fold. A half lift on your arrival, deep breath in. Exhale, fold back down. With your inhale, rise to stand, reach up tall. Your exhale guides you back to the earth, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, right foot steps back, low lunge. Find your cow lunge as you gather a breath. Right knee hover as heart reaches through. Exhalation shifts you to cat lunge. Find extension through both your legs. You bend into your left knee. Take a deep twist, left hand to the sky. Roll your right ribs underneath your left. And earthy through your pelvis, active through your right leg, bigger inhale. And then start to turn into your side lunge, so release. Spin to your right and bend your right knee. Push your left foot down and away towards the back of your yoga mat for a moment. And then we'll turn to the right, low lunge to the top of our yoga mat. Step back into your high plank pose. And try to find this with control, so nice and quiet, right foot meets your left. Good, as you breathe in, shift forward to your tippy toes. Knees up or down, lower halfway or all the way, breath out. Open your heart, up dog or cobra on your inhale. And then down dog as your exhale, push the earth away. And take a breath in through your nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale to release. Now please lift your right leg to the sky, find your three-legged dog. And then bend through your knee and open through your hip. For your right seat, lift your knee higher, square your shoulders to the earth, and then push the earth away. Let your left hip crease rise up towards the ceiling a little bit taller. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, right knee towards your right shoulder. Try to keep your right glute active as you shift forward, shoulders square. Inhale your right knee towards your left tricep. And exhale, send your right leg through as if you were headed to a falling triangle, but don't open up. So you might bend your right foot a little bit further back. Feel free to scooch it towards your left hand more. Flex your right toes. Feel your right hip pull to the back of your mat and send your heart forward. Think plank your entire body all the way through to your left foot, except for your right leg through your body. Push into your hands and your left toes. Bring your right knee into your nose. Inhale to a high plank pose. With your exhale, push up and back, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. And take a big step forward. Left foot's going to land in between your thumbs. And keep your right toes tucked. Drop your right knee to the earth. Feel your right knee hug forward and lift your heart and hands with your breath in. And exhale, goddess your arms, elbows split wide. And then start to airplane your arms beside you. Hand your heart forward. Okay. Lift your back knee off the earth. Pull your heart away from your left thigh. With your next inhalation, lift to your crescent lunge. And exhale, warrior two. Spin your right heel down, open up. And check that your left knee is above your left ankle. And feel that firm connection to the outside edge of your right foot on the earth. And your next breath in, reverse your warrior, left hand reaches tall. Exhale, side angle. Right hand to the sky. Extend your side angle, sweep your right hand overhead with your breath in. As we circle straight through our wide-legged forward fold, all 10 toes to the long edge of your mat, you'll bend into your right knee for your side lunge. Good. With your exhale, start to rotate to the back of your mat, low lunge, all 10 toes turn. Good. Step into a chair pose, left foot meets your right, get low with your seat, lift your heart and hands. Good. Exhale, airplane your arms. Then inhale, rise all the way to stand. On your out breath, fold to the earth. With your inhale, lengthen up halfway. Vinyasa or down dog, so step back or flow back, either a full or modified chaturanga, or just press your hips up and back to downward facing dog. And next breath in, lift your left leg to the sky. Then bend your knee and open with your hip, and then notice how much your upper body has changed. Shift your weight evenly between your hands. Push the earth away. Feel your left glute nice and active. Keep your left glute strong as you start to take your left knee towards your left shoulder. Shoulders nice and square. Push the earth away with your hands. And inhale your left knee towards your right tricep. And exhale, send your left leg through as if you're headed to fallen triangle. Rather than pushing your hips up and back, lengthen your heart forward like a plank. Feel your left hip crease pull back. Right hip spins down towards the earth. Push into your hands, push through your right toes. Feel your belly pull to your spine. Take a moment and let that stretch get a little bit spicy. Good. Deepen your breath in. On your exhale, push into your hands, bring your left knee towards your nose, round your spine like a cat. High plank, inhale, left foot back. Lift with your right leg, three-legged dog. Feel your glute and hamstring pull you up and back. Take a big step forward, right foot to the top of your mat. Left toe stay tucked. Drop your left knee to the earth. Then lift your heart and hands with your breath in. Then goddess your arms on your exhalation. Begin to hinge forward, airplane your arms, and lift your back knee off the ground. Good. Root through your strong feet, crescent lunge and inhale to rise. Warrior two as your exhale, spiral open. Good. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Feel your shoulders soften out of your ears. Feel a little heavy through your right thigh bone and reverse your warrior as your in-breath reaches your right hand to the sky. Feel all that space, and then keep that space in your right side as side angle polos, lean forward. And extend your left hand overhead as you inhale through your body. Exhale through your wide-legged forward fold into your side lunge so your left knee will bend. One inhale. And then exhale, low lunge to the top of your mat. Everything turns to your left. Step forward to a chair pose. Right foot meets your left. And hug to the middle like you have a block between your legs and lift your heart and hands. And airplane your arms, breath out. Rise to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Wash that breath away. Take an inhale as you lift up halfway. Vinyasa or down dog, so step back or flow back. The choice is yours. And take a deep breath in. And a slow exhale. And we're going to continue to build onto this flow here. So when you're ready, an inhale, sweep your right leg to the ceiling. Find your three-legged dog. With exhale, bend your knee and open through your hip. Stay here or find your wild thing. Maybe place your right toes lightly behind you. So right knee is bent, left leg is long. Root into the earth and rise from there. Shoulder blades scoop your heart to the ceiling. Now start to look towards the top of your mat. Get really strong with your left foot and your left obliques. We're going to take our right hand to the earth. Bring your right knee to right shoulder like we did before. And inhale, right knee towards your left tricep. Exhale your right leg through. This time fall in triangle. Spin your left heel to the earth and lift your left hand to the sky. And take a moment, send your heart forward. Breathe into the backs of your lungs. And start to bring your left hand to the earth and your right knee to your nose. So just like before, round your spine like a cat, thigh high into your heart. Then step back into a high plank on your inhale. Left leg lifts you up, three-legged dog, push the earth away. Take a big step forward, left foot to the top of your yoga mat. And right toe stay tucked, drop your right knee to the ground. Inhale to lift your heart and hands up high. On your exhale, goddess your arms, elbows split wide. Be the airplane and hinge forward as you lift your back knee off the ground. Crescent lunge, and inhale sends you tall. Your exhale is going to send you forward, airplane pose, shift into your left foot and begin to fly. And notice if your head and heart hang heavy, try to push down into your left foot and your palms facing the earth to find a little more buoyancy. Micro bend your left knee and use your core to pull your right knee to your torso as you rise up with it. Find a moment at the top, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. Connect to your Ujjayi breath. Figure for your right ankle on your left thigh, and then bring your hands to your heart as you begin to sink into your one-legged chair, Ekapada Utkatasana. Flex to your right foot. Their hip creases pull back. You might even find a little bit of a lift of your right sitting bone. Take an inhale and an exhale. Good, rise up just enough to reach back into a reaching crescent. So you're going to send your right foot to the back of your mat. Reach your hands out in front of you with an inhale. Good, warrior two, push down and spin open with an exhale. Reverse your warrior, deep breath in. Right side angle, exhale to hinge. Extend your side angle, reach your right hand over high. Low lunge, frame your left foot on the earth and hook your back heel off the mat. Root into your hands, lift your left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog breath in. And then bend your knee and open your hip with your exhalation. Stay here, start to shift into your wild thing. Maybe your left toes land really lightly behind you. You're gonna open your heart to the ceiling. Take a breath here. Now you know where we're headed. Look towards the top of your mat. Find your right obliques. Bring your left knee to your left shoulder. As you land your left hand to the earth, you're gonna spin onto the ball mount of your right foot. You're gonna take your left knee towards your right tricep and fall in triangle. Extend your left leg through. Let your right heel spin all the way to the earth like the back foot of a warrior two, and then lift your heart. Try to find more length through every limb in your body. And then complement that by lengthening through your breath. And from here, you'll bring your right hand down, bring your left knee to your nose, thigh high to your chest. High plank pose, take a breath in. Float your right leg up and back, three-legged dog, your right glute and hamstring really strong. Mindfully step your right foot forward, feel the control of your transition. Keep your left toes tapped and drop your left knee to the earth. That scissor action through your legs, you lift your heart and hands. The goddess, your arms, breath out. As you airplane your arms, hinge forward and lift your back knee off the earth. Crescent lunge is your inhale, think lift and lengthen. Keep that lift, keep that length, hinge forward to airplane pose. So no momentum, just root down and rise up from your muscular strength. Give yourself a moment to fly here. Feel your breath, feel your body. Notice where your mind is, start to micro bend your right knee. Use your core, so bend your left knee into your body, rise up tall. Okay, so to breathe into your standing balance, find some stability. When you're ready, it'll be figure four, left ankle on top of your right thigh. And you're gonna adjust this shape. Smooth and steady your breath. Feel your gaze nice and focused here. The imaginary yoga block between your thighs to hug into. And from the strength of your core, we're going to rise up just enough to step back into a reaching crescent. Unhook your left ankle, step your left toes back and reach your hands forward. Your hands are lifted from your upper back strength. Good, inhale. Warrior two, push down, rise up and open. And sink into the depth of your right thigh and reverse, reach your right hand to the sky. And side angle pose, lean forward, turn your heart open to your left thumb. Extend your left hand overhead with your in-breath. Then windmill down into your low lunge on your out-breath. Let's then step back into a high plank pose, right foot meets your left. With an in-breath, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Elbows go straight back beside you. Knees are up or down. Untuck your toes. Lower high cobra as you breathe in. Push the earth away. We'll meet in a child's pose. Exhale all the way through hips to heels. Take 3 slow cycles of breath. Offering a little bit of extra oxygen into your body during this pause. Again, can you just pay closer attention to that vibration, that lingering buzz of energy in your body? Notice your breath. Notice how every muscle feels in this moment. We're going to take one more big layer of flow, and then we'll start to shift into some deeper stretching. So when you're ready, like a cat spine, round your spine up to your tabletop pose, all fours. From there, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, push your pelvis up and back. Take a deep breath in. Maybe an open mouth exhale out. With an inhale, send your right leg to the ceiling, find your 3-legged dog. Exhale to bend your knee and open your hip. It's going to be a little bit different this time. Take your breath in. Right knee to your right shoulder, feel your right glute strong as you shift forward. Right knee to your left tricep with an inhale. Send your right leg through as you exhale, falling triangle. Let your left heel anchor to the earth and reach your left hand to the sky. Push into your left foot, push into your right hand, option to float your right leg. Yeah, if you wanted to, you could also reach your left hand to the outside of your right foot. And then pull your leg towards the top of your mat. From wherever you are, we'll bring our right knee into our nose, your left hand to the earth. High plank with your breath in. Left heel leads the way, 3-legged dog, breath out. Bend your knee and open your hip from here. Stay or wild thing this time, this side. Left toes land light, open through your chest. Look towards the top of your mat, a little bit of different transition. From the strength of your belly, you're going to step your left foot all the way forward. You can always give it a boost. Think knee to heart. Slowly step your left foot all the way to the top. Then let your right knee stay lifted this time. Push into your feet and lead with your heart. Let your right hip hug forward. Root down and airplane your arms beside you. Then breath in, crescent lunge. Exhale, goddess eyes, as you dip your right knee to a hover. Then begin to airplane your arms beside you. Find that hinge forward like before. This time take off into your airplane pose. Give yourself that deep breath in and steady exhalation. When you start to soften through your left knee, you'll bring your right leg with you to rise up tall. Take as much time as you need. At the top, return to your figure four, hands to heart center. Take a breath in and a breath out. Option to stay here. With your prayer hands, take an inhale and just slightly turn to your right as you exhale. Strong through your hands. Use your core to turn your heart gently in the direction of your right knee. As you come back to center, You're gonna rise up tall, bring your right leg with you. Option to send your right leg forward out in front of you. Warrior 3, or you could go to airplane pose. Maybe reach both hands forward as you sweep your right leg back. One breath in. Reaching crescent, keep the reach of your right toes back as you exhale. Warrior 2, spin wide. Reverse your warrior with your inhalation. Good side angle on your exhalation. Extend your side angle, right hand reaches overhead. Wide-legged forward fold, circle seat down through your center line, all 10 toes to the long edge of your mat. Take an inhale and then exhale. And then start to lift up halfway. Bend into your right knee for your side lunge, just giving that left leg a break. Option to go into Skandasana, left toes to the sky, would be hands to heart center. Long through your spine either way. Okay. We'll make our way to a low lunge to the top of your mat, so hands or no hands. Spin to frame your left foot. And to step back into your high plank pose, left foot meets your right. Your in-breath shifts you forward. Lower all the way to the earth, slow motion, maybe to the count of 5. Knees up or down for 4. Elbows in tight for 3. Triceps strong for 2. And 1, untuck your toes. Lower high cobra, big breath in. Good, exhale to your child's pose. Take your time, push your hips to your heels. Take an inhale in. And then exhale out. Right, like before, you're gonna cat spine into your tabletop pose, so back of your heart leads the way. As you curl up towards all fours. Eventually tuck your toes, downward facing dog, push your hips up and back. Take a breath in through the nose together. And open mouth, exhale to release. And inhale your heels up high. With your exhale, bend your knees and then step or hop to the top forward fold. And take a half lift when you arrive, really deep breath in. And fold down with breath out. Inhale to rise, reach up tall, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, goddess your arms, just like we've been doing. Let your hands airplane beside you, and then swan dive to the earth, lead with your heart. As your hands release to the earth, take your half lift with the breath in. Right, down dog, or if you'd like to, find a chaturanga to make your way back. Your exhale leads you through your transition. We're going to move through the final side of this final layer, and then we'll start to bring it to the earth. When you're ready, inhale your left leg up towards the ceiling. Bend your knee and open your hip on your exhalation. Take a breath in to prepare. Left knee to left shoulder, shoulder square, push the earth away. Keep your left knee lifted, left booty strong. Yeah. And then take your left knee to your right tricep with an inhale. Exhale, fallen triangle. As you send your left leg through, feel free to lift your left leg or to land your left foot to the earth, so it's up to you. That lift comes from your inner right thigh and your left obliques. So your right heel needs to be planted to the earth. So think about the back foot of your warrior 2. One more in-breath to lift. Okay, on your exhale, you'll bring yourself towards plank, left knee to your nose. Shoulders stay forward above your wrists. High plank with your inhale. Right heel leads the way, 3-legged dog, right leg to the sky. With intention, take a big step forward, right foot in between your thumbs. Your back knee will stay lifted this time. You're gonna push into the earth. Okay, find that length of your spine and airplane your arms beside you. Crescent lunge, inhale up top. Goddess arms, maybe dip your left knee to a hover. As you airplane your arms and start to hinge forward, lengthen your left leg and press into your airplane pose, Dekasana. With intention, no rush, you're going to rise towards your one-legged Tadasana. So to bring your left leg with you and rise up to stand. A moment at the top, and then find your figure 4, left ankle stacks on top of your right thigh. Option to stay at center or push into your palms, and slowly, lower body stays square, just turn your heart towards your left knee.
It's going to be a little bit of a deeper stretch through your left hip. It's not a very big movement at all. And I know that right leg is tired, so we'll move back through center. When you rise up, you have the option to lengthen your left leg forward, line up your left quad. Then it's warrior 3 or airplane. Hands reach forward or backward just here for that moment. So maybe challenge yourself for the engagement of your upper back. Reaching crescent, keep everything the same, just tap your left toes to the earth. Big press down, warrior 2, rise up and peel open. Beautiful, reverse your warrior with your inhale. Right side angle is your exhale. Extend your left hand overhead as you reach and breathe it. Wide-legged forward fold down to the midline and pause. Take a fuller inhale and a slower exhale. Again, just like that, steady your breath to steady your heart and mind. Give your body a moment to reset, to reconnect. Then lifting up halfway, extend through your heart, bend your left knee, side lunge, or possibly your Skandasana. Hands could come to heart center, it's a little bit deeper through your right hip. And whenever you are ready, hands or no hands, we'll find our low lunge to the top of the mat. So bend into your right knee, sweep your weight forward. Step into your high plank pose, last time. Inhale, shift forward, knees up or down. We're going to lower to that same count of 5. So feel the heels of your hands and your elbows drag back. Heart and crown continue to reach forward, really strong. So you lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Take your fingers out to the sides of your yoga mat, so tent your fingers to stack below your elbows. Let me scooch back for a little bit more light so you can see what I'm doing. And then with your elbows in line with your shoulders, stacked above your wrists, push into your fingertips. Lift your heart any amount as you breathe in. Gently pull your fingertips towards your hip points. Dip your right shoulder in and look to the left, breath out. A full cycle of breath here. And your inhale will lift you through your midline. And you can choose how high you lift. You don't need to lift as high as me. Exhale, left shoulder in, look to your right. Push into your fingertips gently to light up that space around your shoulder blades. And then think inhale, lift through your center. And on your exhale, lengthen down. Make a pillow for your forehead with your hands, or turn a cheek to the side. Just find 3 slow breaths. Belly down, Shavasana. We're going to take 3 different options here. Option 1 is always to be in Shavasana, belly down Shavasana for this whole time. But our first round, the option is locust pose. So maybe send your arms back like your airplane arms you've been moving through, thumbs wide. Zip your legs to be about hips distance apart, if not closer. So finding that kind of a neutral space for your legs. I recognize that having your legs zipped together isn't comfortable for everyone. So around hips distance. Maybe push down with your toenails to start. You can always lift your legs right away if you'd like to. Take your breath in. Exhale, start to lift your heart, lift your arms, think lengthen to lift. So reach the crown of your head way forward. Option to then float your legs off of your mat. Feel the muscles along your spine engage as you lift up. And breathe. Right, option to stay here or reach your hands out in front of you. Think about that reaching crescent shape. Maybe turn your pinkies in, palms towards the sky, thumbs wide, lift high, high, high. Take another breath in. And then exhale down. Okay, so our second round of movement here is going to be a little bit of a glute engagement. So upper body's going to stay the same. If you'd like to move with me, bend your knees. Open your knees wide, a little bit like towards the outside edges of your yoga mat. Push your heels together. Take a breath in. On your exhale, you're going to start to lift your knees, your legs away from the earth. Hug your heels together, squeeze through your booty, pull your belly in so your low back is still spacious. Your legs might not lift very high, let your glutes engage. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, lengthen your legs out. Maybe wiggle your hips a little bit from side to side. Okay, our last shape here is going to be a Sphinx, or if you wanted to, you could always lift into seal or forearm plank. So bring your legs back to about hips distance, if not closer. Start with your elbows underneath your shoulders, forearms to parallel lines. Root down with your forearms, pull your elbows towards your hip points, lift your heart. Navel pulls in, you can stay here in your Sphinx. If you want a little bit of a deeper back bend, using what we've been building, you might lift your elbows, continue to think, pull your heart forward and up. If you want it to be in more of an effort, core engagement, tuck your toes, lift into your forearm plank. I'm going to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wherever you are, release down. Drag your hands by your low ribs and really slow motion push to a child's pose. Tailbone to your heels. So you lengthen as you go and get a counter stretch the whole transition through. Breathe in and breathe out. Then hips heavy to your heels. This time when we cat or spine, we're going to sit onto our shins. So round to the back of your heart, hips heavy to your heels, roll up your spine to a seat. And then tip to your left or right. Sweep your legs forward in front of you and scooch to the top of your yoga mat. Now, if you'd like a sip of water, maybe grab one now before we lower it down. If you need anything else before you lower it down, like a final seated shape, etc., you can always add that in here. Otherwise, we're going to use our core and find our way to the earth. So when you're ready, if you'd like to move with me using your core, go ahead and flex your feet and anchor your heels at the top of your yoga mat. If you don't want to use your core, just hug your knees in and relax back. So here, think about your heels pushing down, then pull your heels towards your seat. So you pull your belly to your spine. And you feel that strong connection to your core. Okay? Reach your hands up high with an inhale. And then keep that rootedness of your heels hugging towards you. Bring your hands to your heart and lean back to that challenge point for your core where you feel your belly really strong. Your low back is healthy and turned off and your hip flexors are relaxed, or at least not strained as much as your center. So they will light up maybe a little bit, but make sure your core is taking on the effort. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, start to twist towards your left. So you're going to push with your right hand, resist yourself with your left hand, and anchor it down and pull back through your left heel really strong. Twist, 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 squeeze, push. And breathe in as you come back through center. Second side, exhale, push with your left hand, resist with your right hand, hug your right heel towards your seat as you anchor it to the earth. Then come back to center, breath in. Slowly lower all the way down, continue to hug your heels towards your seat as you release onto your back body. Reach into a full body stretch on your inhale. And then bring your knees into your chest with exhale. Maybe a little rock from left to right. With your knees bent, place your feet to the earth. Extend your right leg up to the sky, reach behind your right leg for your hamstring stretch. Option is send your left leg long this time. Find a fuller breath in. Then with your right leg long, we'll move into a supine twist. If your left leg is bent, you can lengthen it out as we go. So once you twist, you may soften your left knee. It doesn't have to be completely straight. Your left hand could reach anywhere down your right leg, maybe even to your right foot. Feel your right hip crease lengthen away from you. And then take 3 slow breaths in your twist. After your third breath, begin to bend your right knee back into like a traditional supine twist. We're going to roll to the back body, find a figure 4 left ankle on right thigh, and then use your left foot just to bring your hips to neutral. So you have the option to keep your figure 4, or maybe you bring that figure 4 towards your body. You could also move into a supine pigeon. So for that, you would cradle your right shin in your arms. I like to bridge my left foot to the earth. With my right foot in the crook of my left elbow, I usually interlace my fingers, then bring my right elbow on the inside of my right knee. Now make sure your knee feels healthy here. Maybe flex your right foot long through both side bodies. Some people like to lengthen their left leg out, But wherever you are, figure 4 supine pigeon, take 2 more deep breaths. And then release your right foot to the earth like a bridge leg. So to extend your left leg to the sky, hamstring stretch, an option to send your right leg long as well. Find your breath in, and then begin to take your left leg across your body into your twist as you breathe out. And then again, you can keep your left leg long. If you would really like to bend it, you could. You might have a little bit more softness in your right knee. Then reach anywhere along your left leg with your right hand. Send 3 slow breaths across your left side body. Start to bend your left knee. Roll onto your back body, left ankle on right thigh for figure 4. Square your hips. Choose your depth of figure 4, or perhaps you move into your supine pigeon, second side. So again, adjusting, deciding what this side needs. No rush, just take your time to find your shape, find your sweet spot. It could be movement or stillness. And then once you do, take a couple really intentional breaths and offer that breath right into where you feel the most sensation, so right into the sticky spots. Good, last breath in. On your breath out, gently release your left foot forward. Okay, take a few windshield wipers to your knees, just tick-tock your knees from right to left, nice and gentle. And then eventually, when your knees point to the sky next, bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees fall wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. You might land one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Just feel the rise of your inhale as you breathe in. The release as your exhale empties out. Again, just notice. Pay a little extra attention to what's happening in this moment, to what's present in your physical body. What feeling tone is maybe occupying your heart space? What thoughts are moving through your mind? And begin to notice the more subtle qualities, the things that you wouldn't notice if you weren't paying extra attention. Like the connection between your body and the earth, the tactile sensation of where your body is touching the ground. You might feel the air on your body, the air on your skin.
Maybe you listen to the flow of your breath, ocean wave inhale and exhale. You start to tune into the sounds around you. You stay here as long as you'd like. Or start to gather your knees into your chest. Maybe gather your nose into your knees. Take a final squeeze, a final breath in. And start to release into your final relaxation, your Shavasana with breath out. Allow your body to soften into the earth. Begin to shift into the space of just a mindful observer. You set judgment aside and just notice, right? Be the witness of every sensation as it arises, every thought, every feeling as it arises, without attaching to or identifying with. And just see what you notice when you pay attention. That heightened awareness of moving and breathing across your mat. And take the next 5 to 10 minutes just to be here. We'll take one final clearing breath to close our class. So find a nice and full inhale through your nose. Just as you're ready, open mouth, exhale, let it go. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. May your practice serve as your teacher. And may your practice always lead you to live more authentically, love more deeply, and notice more. Thank you so much for joining me, and namaste.